This is Urja, and I'm very excited about today's book review, which is wait, I'm not going to review that. I'll tell you why I'm excited because it is my very first book. In fact, my very first work by the late great Mr. Satyajit Ray. It's a Feluda adventure, my very first Feluda book too. Evidently, since it's my first Satyajit Ray book. It's called The Bandits of Bombay, and I've been wanting to read the Feluda Adventures for a really long time, and I'll show you this compendium of stories has been with me for a long time now. But as you can see, it's a veritable tome, and not knowing anything at all of Feluda or Mr. Ray's works, except that he was a Renaissance man and good at almost everything he did. I was a little intimidated, to say the least. So when I found these little bite-sized versions in the Puffin imprint by Penguin, where single stories are published in a single volume, I pounced, and I'm so glad I did because I'm enchanted. So the TBC rating for this is 4 stars. I think I'm going to revise it. 5 stars because it's a great read, and because it's a simple, slender, chotu volume, and there are enough twists and turns and intrigue and mystery and action, and a charismatic hero. Okay, calling him hero somehow seems wrong. A protagonist. So definitely warrants a comeback. So, and 5 stars are only given to books that I'm going to read again. So 5 on 5. And since I'll just give a little background. So Feluda is a private investigator who also writes on the side. And I don't like the word sidekick. He has a friend and associate called Topshe. And this book features them and their friend Lal Mohan Babu or Jatayu, who is a writer. And so the story opens with Jatayu coming over jubilantly to Topshe and Feluda's lodgings with the happy news that his latest story has been sold for the princely sum of 10,000 rupees to a Bollywood producer for a prominent director to convert it into a film. And he's come to invite Feluda and Topshe to accompany him to Bombay to be part of the shooting. So that's the context. I don't want to give too much of the plot away because what's the mystery if the plot's told in detail? So I'm just going to read the blurb for you. A murder in an elevator. A trail of heady perfume. The Nana Sahib's priceless Nolakha necklace. Feluda, Topshe and Jatayu are in Bombay, where Jatayu's latest book is being filmed under the title Jet Bahadur. Soon after, Jatayu hands over a package to a man in a red shirt. A man is murdered in the elevator of the high-rise where the producer of the film lives. Intriguing. Feluda and his companions find themselves in the midst of one of their most thrilling adventures ever, with a hair-raising climax aboard a train during location shooting. I think Puffin has got 12 of the most exciting Feluda stories as individual books, so which means children can enjoy them. I'm very glad to hear that. And we now come to the very obvious part of the review, which is how does it compare with the Sherlock Holmes stories? I should begin this with a full disclosure. I haven't read the Sherlock Holmes stories. I have watched the movies and all seasons of the BBC teleseries. Sacrilege, yes, I know. And yeah, but there are a lot of parallels between the two, and the observations of parallels I will draw will be based on the films and the series of Sherlock rather than the books. So, pardon in advance. But so, like the books, like the Sherlock books, there is Sherlock, the protagonist. We have Feluda, the protagonist, who was a private investigator. Sherlock had Dr. Watson, Feluda has Topshe, and together they solve mysteries. The stories, just as in Sherlock, are narrated by Dr. Watson. Here they're narrated by Topshe. So, which as readers, we get a vantage point to observe the protagonist display his, prodigious talent in untangling the knottiest of mysteries. So that is also a commonality. Both Sherlock and Feluda have amazingly sharp observation powers, razor sharp intelligence, and deductive reasoning, which helps them really arrive to the root of the matter, and an excellent understanding of human psychology and how the human mind works. The only difference that I could feel, and it's an important difference, is that I think Sherlock's intelligence, formidable intelligence, is has a touch of arrogance in it and aloofness, and he has zero interpersonal skills, or at least that's how it comes across in the TV series. Yes, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Feluda, on the other hand, uses his knowledge of human psychology to actually, he applies it to make people feel at ease with him and trust him. And he's more approachable and likable than Sherlock, who is very inscrutable. So, I really thoroughly enjoyed Bandits of Bombay. Probably also because I'm a born and bred, raised Bombay girl, a complete Bombay file. And to see Bombay of probably the 50s or 60s was a treat. And to hear of places which now no longer exist, and to hear of some places that do exist, like the Copper Chimney restaurant, which is one of my favorite restaurants, was felt like an unexpected treat. So I think that also gives a touch of nostalgia, always adds to a book's likability. But apart from that, which is just like an added bonus, nothing to do with the story or the plot, I really enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the characterization, very believable characters, and very likable characters too. Since it's a children's book, it's okay if it is not too complex, or the ending is a little easy and quick, but thrilling till the end, which I think is a win. And the best part is, now this 1.5-inch tall tome here doesn't seem intimidating, it seems inviting. So that's about it from me, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Bye.